Hello, darling. It's me, Isaiah Burden, and I'm here for my very first story time. Cue the sound effects and whatever, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm going to hit y'all with a story that happened. This happened to me like about last summer. And if you ain't read the title by now, then this is the time that his wife called me. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. It's a lot. So, you know. Okay. Gotta get myself together. So much. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell to be notified, because don't you want to know what I'm doing? All right. And make sure you follow all my social media below. That's my cousin in the background. She does my cameraing to make sure I look good, you know? Hey. Keep it looking fresh. That's Taya. Anyways, so let's get into the story. So this happened last year. I want to say it was May. And I lived at a place that wasn't the greatest of all time. So I was going to the doctor, you know, and the place I lived was like right around the corner from the doctor. So I walked to my doctor's appointment. Me, you know, have my music in my ear thinking I'm doing something, you know, just living my life. It was like 85 degrees. It was warm. I had on this tank top and I had on these like pink yoga pants and, you know. So I walk into the doctor's to find out the appointment is for the next goddamn day. I was like, wow. So I'm like, I walked all the way down here in this heat for you to tell me that my appointment is for tomorrow? When y'all done called and confirmed an appointment with me? Now, I probably was a little high, so they probably did confirm an appointment, but it probably wasn't for that day. It probably was for the day after, but who knows, you know? So I'm like, whatever. Now, on my way to the doctor, I noticed this car pass by me, right? And I'm like, okay. So now I left the doctor, and I crossed the street. I'm about to walk back up the street. I was trying to see if I was going to take the bus, if I was just going to walk, because literally it was like 4 blocks. If I would have got on the bus driver wouldn't have made me pay, because she did that to me before. That was my homegirl. She had my fucking back, bitch. But, so I'm standing there, and the car rolls up to me, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, who is this? And I looked. It looked like my cousin. So I was like, hey. And they was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm good. They was like, where you going? I said, I'm going home. I live on 4 Place up the street. And they was like, oh, get in. I'll give you a ride. So I hop in the car, you know, me, give me a ride, because I get in the car. I look to the driver's seat. I said, you are not my cousin. Wow. Bitch, I was trying to get out that fucking car so fast. He done locked the door, bitch. I thought I was going to have to fight. I was scared. I was scared as a motherfucker for a minute. I thought I was going to have to fight. I was not prepared. But he was like, oh, no, it's cool. It's cool. He's like, I know where you live. I know where that street is. I'll just take you right there. I'm like, okay, thank you. And so he just talking. And I'm just like, yeah, So he told me his name was D-Boy. And I was like, okay. I'm Christian. Nice to meet you. Don't ever give nobody your real name when you don't really know them, girl. Don't do that. Don't do that. They stalks. So I was like, I'm Christian. Nice to meet you. You know, whatever. So like I said, I only live like 4 blocks away. Why is he driving and he's cruising? Like, he's cruising down the street in his beat up ass hoopty. Like, who you trying to see? Like, who was there for you to see? I'm confused. So he's driving. And we get to my street. So I'm just like, okay. I'm about to hop out the car. So I'm like, thank you. He was like, hold on, wait. Are you seeing anybody? And I was like, nah, I'm single. And he was like, oh, that's what they all say. I was like, I don't even know you. I don't need to tell you no story, bitch. Because if I was with somebody, I probably wouldn't have stayed in your car. I most definitely wouldn't have stayed in your car if I was with somebody. Because, nope. So don't believe it, okay? So I was like, you know, I'm single. And he's like, that's what they all say. I'm like, okay, whatever. And he was like, can I see you again? I was like, sure. He was like, oh, what's your number? So I exchanged numbers with him. Because, you know, he was a handsome guy. He was older. He was a little bit, you know, chubby / muscular. I like that build. You know, so we exchanged numbers. And as soon as I get to my house, he texted me like, when can I see you? I said, tomorrow. I'm not doing anything. So he's like, okay. So he came and picked me up the next day, and we went to go hang out. And he was like, oh, what you want? I was like, well, I want some shoes. You want to buy me something? Like, you can ask me what I want. Like, you got me anything I need. That's what's like. He's like, oh, I got you. Anything you need, I got you. So I was like, you can give me some money for some shoes. How about that? You know? So he gave me $300. You know, I was like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. And he said he was going to give me some more money. He said to call him on Friday. And I was like, okay. I was like, I work on Friday. He was like, well, I'll pick you up from work. So I'm like, okay, cool. He'll pick me up from work. Friday comes, it's raining cats and dogs. I have no umbrella because it wasn't raining when I left the house. So I'm at work. Like 3 o'clock, I texted him like, hey, I get off today at 6:15. No response. Okay. 3:30, I text him, hey, I get off at 6:15. No response. I wait till about 4 o'clock. Still no response. So you know what I did? I left work early to go home because I'm not about to get caught out in this rain. It's absolutely horrible. It's raining heavy as hell. I think it was hailing too. It was thundering. It was night. It was just doing too much. I didn't have no jacket. I didn't have no umbrella. And y'all know I like to wear like skimpy clothing. This is the most clothes I've been in a very long time with this little sweater on. But you know, I wear little bit to nothing. And I'm about to get soaking wet in this rain. So I was like, So I left work early. You know, still nothing from him. The next day, The next day, I'm at work. I get a text to my phone from a number I don't know. They text me, who is this? You texted me, who is this? Was my response because first of all, I'm black. And if all my black people, y'all know, if your mother ever got a call on her phone and somebody was like, who is this? She was like, you calling here, who is this? So y'all already know how we coming with it. You already know. So I'm like, you texted me, who is this? Oh, this is D-Boy's wife. And I was like, wife? First of all, I'm baffled. I'm completely baffled. I asked this man, this is the part I didn't tell you. I asked him, was he single? Was he dating somebody? Was he like, what was his story? He's like, he's single. So I'm led to believe he's single. He confirmed, like he asked me, like he looked me dead in his eyes. He swore on his mother's grave. I bet you that bitch is turning. But anyways, any fucking ways, she's like, this is his wife, and I don't appreciate you calling my man's phone. And I was like, she's like calling his phone so many times. And I was like, okay, ma'am, I'm very respectful. So I was like, okay, ma'am, I'm just calling your husband, I guess, because he owed me something. So I was just trying to get what I was owed. You know, he said he was going to give me some money. So I was trying to get my money. Well, hello? And, you know, I wasn't trying to tell her that your man liked men. I wasn't trying to tell her that her man was trade. I wasn't trying to do that. She's texting me like, I will fuck you up. I will whip your ass. I will do all this and that. Who? 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 Who ass is you gonna be? Who ass is you gonna be, Roscoe? I was like, oh, sweetheart, this is where you done got it messed up. You don't call me, or you don't text me threatening me with no violence. You don't do that. Because I got people who don't play. Don't text me with no violence. So she was like, yeah. I was like, and she kept calling me. She calling me. I'm at work, you know? I'm like, girl, I can't answer your call. I'm at work. And she's like, oh, answer the phone. I was like, sweetheart, if I answer this phone, you're going to be in a shock for your life. Because who you think I am, I'm not. I'm not who you think I am. So if I was you, I would tread lightly, do what I gotta do, mind my business, move. Okay? So, I left it at that. Now, I get off work, I get home, she's still texting me. All this and that. Okay. Now my phone is ringing, nonstop. So she calling me. So you know what I did? I answered the motherfucking phone. Hello, who's this? She's like, can I talk to the person I was texting earlier? This is me. How you doing? I'm Christian. Pop that bitch's bubble now, didn't I? Pop that bubble real quick. She thought she was, talking to some little hoe, some little tramp. She thought that she was talking to a female. No, sweetheart, you was talking to me. Oh, bet you heard jaw drop when I said hello. I don't even have like a real masculine voice. People tell me my voice is feminine, especially over the phone. I always get mistaken for a woman. People call me ma'am all the goddamn time. I don't know how, but I always get asked, "Am I ma'am?" Like I always get called a woman. They always assume that I'm a woman. Just because I'm fat and I got big titties, I don't choose to have these titties. I'm fat, so they look like titties. I don't choose this. But so I'm like, hello, and she was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me doing all this." I was like, look, first of all, and she told me her name was Stacy. I was like, look, Stacy, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. He did not tell me that he was with nobody. I asked him 3 times, and he swore on his mother's grave that he was single. I did not know about you. So I don't have any quarrels to you. I don't really want to hurt your feelings or disrespect you because I don't know you. Apparently, you know me. Because you've been calling and texting me, so you know he's been with somebody. And I had to let her know, we ain't do nothing. We ain't had no sex. He gave me money. He gave me money. I didn't have to have sex with him for no money. So, and I let her know, we didn't do anything. However, you sleeping with a man that you obviously cannot trust. You need to cut ties. Because baby girl, that's not healthy. That's not right. I'm like, you've been blowing my phone up all day. Now, see, what if this was a female who was about that action, who is about that life, and would have texted you an address to meet her at, and would have whooped your ass? Then what? Or you would have gave their address to them, telling them to come see you, and they would have came and seen you and fucked you up. Then what would have happened? Oh, she was quiet then. She was quiet then. But I said, let me tell you, I have nothing but love for women. I respect women. I love women. I don't play no shit about no cheating with nobody. I would never voluntarily mess around with somebody who is with somebody. I just don't do that, period. Period. So I was just like, telling her like, as a black woman, me as a black gay male, you have to be in tune, and you have to know these things because, our race is the #1 race of people who are dying and stuff with HIV and AIDS, and it's because of these nasty ass down low men that give the fucking disease off, motherfuckers. So I was like, girl, we didn't do nothing, but just go get checked out, go make sure you are right, blah, blah, blah. And I just left her off with positivity because at the end of the day, I ain't know nothing about her, so I ain't had no beef. My beef ain't with her. I just want the coin. And that's what he was trying to give me, was the coin. That's all I wanted. So I ain't had no beef with her. She had a beef with me until she found out who I was. And I popped that bubble. Moral of the story is I ain't never get my fucking money that was owed to me, motherfucker. I only got the first half of it. Blowing my fucking phone up. I didn't even get my fucking money. I was pissed as fuck. I was pissed. He was mad. He was mad. See, he didn't know where I lived because he dropped me off on my street. But he was mad that I told his girl who I was. First of all, you shouldn't have had that lady calling my goddamn phone and texting my goddamn phone all day when I was at work. You shouldn't have had her doing that. But now, since you want to play games, because when I called you on Friday, you didn't answer. When you're supposed to bring me my coin, you didn't answer. You didn't do none of that. So don't feel bad because now this lady is harassing me. Now I got to blow your shit up. Don't get mad, baby. Don't get mad. I'm just doing what I have to do. But she was talking about she was going to beat my ass. I wish she would have tried. You know how many people I could call for her? But that's basically the end of the story. Real moral of the story is don't trust no nigga. Point blank. Period. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.